Check you to Gambian Talents.
Mom, your teacher, daddy, your hero, we really appreciate and love you so much. Mommy and daddy, thank you so much. Everything you do, we are so grateful. Thank you for the love. Thank you again. We really appreciate and love you so much. Thank you for the food, shelter, and clothing. We really appreciate and love you so much. Mommy and Daddy, thank you so much. Everything you do, we are so grateful. Grandma, oh, thank you, Grandma. We really appreciate and love you so much. Thank you, Grandma. Love you, Grandma. For everything for us. Mommy and Daddy, thank you so much. Everything you do, we are so grateful. Keeping us free. All it is and the love that you please do not judge us or compare. Just understand that every child is unique. Mommy and Daddy, thank you so much. Everything you
How many do you need?
grateful. Mommy and Daddy, thank you so much.
How many do you need? Yeah. Where is
You and church team, but you always bring it to us. Guess what? We want to be like you when we grow up. For all your love and all your support, a million words with no truth.
We are so young and fragile. Speak to us so we don't have
Do not force us to be what you want to be. At the end of the day, we love you. All that's important is for us to be successful in life.
we need to make it happen.
Mommy and Daddy, thank you so much.
It's very delicious. So this ones you put them back.
So you need some of.
Yeah, I need to take.
Okay.
Yeah.
We already have that one, but the
Yeah,
I check 1, 2. I check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. I check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Hello. Hello, I check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check out. Hello. I check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. check 1 2, 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 check 1 2.
Let it be, let it for a long time.
It's warm. So whenever it's warm, I'll do one, and I'll put back again because it's not long enough. Do you have a long cable? You have a long extension?
Check 1 2, check 1 2,
The
check
yellow
1
one.
2, check 1 2, check 1
This is
2,
good.
check 1 2,
Can you put
check
that one
1
in?
2, check 1 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 2, 1 2, mic check 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 1 2.
Please do not judge my soul around it. Just come
Back inside.
Turn it down.
But speaking if you need that
understand that every child is
Is your name?
mommy and daddy. Thank you so much. Everything you do, we are
So beautiful.
Thank you so much. Everything you do, we are so grateful.
This song.
Oh, Mom and Dad, we admire you and cherish you. Times can be hard, but you always make it up to us. Guess what? We want to be like you when we grow up. For all your love and all your support, a million words would be too short.
We are so young and fragile. Speak soft to us so we don't babble.
Do not force us.
What
We want to do
you
what
gonna do?
At the end of the day,
We are all
we love you. All that's important is for us to be successful adults. We will make you proud. Mommy and Daddy, thank you so much. Everything you do, we are so grateful. Mommy and Daddy, thank you so much. Everything you do, we are so grateful.
Between oat milk and almond milk, which should I drink?
Neither.
You've got almond butter. Almonds have a peel that's electric containing food. You've got
Pamudu, you are not getting audio from your mixer. You have the audio from in there? Pamudu, you are not getting audio from your mixer. You have the audio from in there?
because we can't find the smaller ones. I'm getting it. I haven't had breakfast and I'm not feeling well.
What happened to the audio on the live stream? What happened to the audio on the live stream?
Because we are having noise. That's some.
Not the headphones again.
Mommy and Daddy, thank you so much for everything you do. We are so grateful. Mommy and Daddy, thank you so much for everything you do. We are so grateful.
I love the food. I'm very upset about the food. Why?
Get YouTube Studio. To get to Studio, go to studio.youtube.com. Or if you're already signed in, click your profile picture in the top right-hand corner and select YouTube Studio. This will bring you to the studio.
Olivia, is there any food you can eat? Because I'm hungry now.
I'm hungry too, but then we're going to eat one. Amy? Hi. Yes, please. Okay, all right. Which card do you want? The big one or small one? How many trays you got? You got the trays?
Hello,
Hi.
how are you doing?
Wow, it
Okay, all right.
looks amazing. Good to hear your
Thank you. Bye.
Crazy. Whoa. It looks amazing.
Debbie. Thank you. How are you doing? Thank you.
What is this? Cut this stuff.
Yeah, the problem is this is what the people in the live stream are hearing too.
And that's what we should be fixing.
Yeah.
Ah,
But it's a live stream, so we're trying to figure out what you can do.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna thank you for this though.
for what?
Okay.
It's not only me, it's all of us. Teamwork. You do it, all of us do it.
Teamwork makes the dream work out.
Yeah.
Something like that.
This is not coming. Can you take it from me?
Oh, it's not coming?
Fabian.
Yeah.
Tell me anything you need.
This one I'm just putting.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just putting.
Yeah. Everything's showing no input. It's the camera.
Don't say everything.
Did not touch anything here.
Whenever you can give me, madam. Madam? Yeah. Yeah. When I make application, of course they give me a madam here. You see? Yeah.
Can you bring the same thing like that?
Same thing.
No, those ones, look, the ones in there.
What? What, the black thing?
Yes. The screens, yeah.
This one?
Yes. Whatever you guys want.
So what do you need it for?
She will tell us when they will tell us where they want. That one I will be.
Is it broken? Okay, go inside. Yeah.
Hi. Hello. It's like super fancy. Yeah. Okay, so we're. Has the.
We still need to erase the white. Where's Fabian? Fabian? Yes.
And then Amy.
Then do the report. We need to erase. Miss Elizabeth. Change anything you want, how you want it, right? Anything. Yes, please.
Do you want more?
And then.
Oh. I took it from Amy.
Move it back. And just, they don't need it.
Like maybe two of these per table, you're trying to get like a.
Yes. They have these.
And then there's other two.
I like the way you say very. I like the way you say it's very.
Do you want more? But, there one more.
Last one.
Yes, you want more, I think.
Yeah, but you want pictures.
Yeah.
Hey.
He's a scientist. This guy.
I wouldn't say that.
I would say, you can say what I can say. I don't know what you say, but I can say.
You good?
Okay, you need me?
I think maybe like the read about more. No way. Yeah.
I don't know.
Understand the capital moment, right?
All the move.
Well, I was maybe people will be
All
Vasily, they need more. Yeah. You're gonna go.
okay, sorry. It is what it is. Sit down, brother, again.
We're putting this area to work.
Work in progress.
So I'm gonna put it on the end of that, but put it over there.
Does it help? Express how grateful we are. But I mean, you saw the initial part.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we're steps closer.
Key?
Oh, no, I didn't.
My backpack is sitting there.
Feedback that you gave during the I didn't go for.
Oh, se dime. Dime.
Yeah. I actually released it now. Almost at the end.
Does it take time for you guys to move from one city to another?
Yeah.
Associate to four.
6 years. So, yeah, 6 years and then like.
The very end.
It's open, like it can be 6 years, 10 years, whatever.
Right?
Yeah,
You got approved, right?
yeah, it's got a lot, yeah, it's a lot of work.
Unfortunately, when I was in high school, it's called technical drawing.
Oh, yeah, you did that?
Technical drawing. I said,
Yeah. But you can read.
When this camera's very.
yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, when the house that I do, drawn, I read it fast. Technical drawing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's pretty easy in there.
There's a few over here. I can take it.
So we should.
I see you're saving up.
You know, I put any of Even because Mr. Second. Second, only second, you have the woman. Babu is on. I'm going to like that. The call last Friday, we should put this in now food in am. Oh, my commander, why didn't I like them? Yeah, we no, I need I got. Don't worry, I'll put it. Yeah.
Is the media room closed?
A clip. Clips. Clip gila buka.
I know. Hey, we miss you. We miss you.
I miss you too. Can I move?
Whose bag is it?
Yes. Scissors. Momo, can you get them scissors?
Well, in my office, on my desk.
I don't know.
Fazil.
We have no rangam.
There, I'm not look buddy.
Look for more.
Okay.
Red cups.
That works, right?
You're talking about how much you want?
Yeah, I think it's the shawarma. I thought you were busy, like I left.
If I tell you what, you money boy photograph because second, I don't know.
Call na mamne how kaya yako na man dumin
Web two, like a body one. I don't know. If I found moving over and one. So you
call na
do.
mamne wa ko je information mo man.
Look to that.
Ano tra?
Oh,
Ang
how
kulat
about
ako de oy.
Oh, okay.
Call na mamne. Mana ba man yung masuk?
Yeah, they want to tip it.
Right on the desk. I just bought a lot of tape yesterday.
Paper cake is better.
Yeah, they.
Tape, yeah. Just no, forget it like that.
But this one has to try.
Yo, silone ka.
May daga sa bagas.
Film ne ka. Dugalal whatever lo muna dugal nga set, itanga record or otherwise. But what are people hearing? It's not just going live. What are people hearing? Audio video. This is general. This thing. Anam, can I see what? Film ne? Digital and you focus on your cameras, right? Digital and you focus on your cameras, right?
So music beat, I don't know what's that.
Do you remember the rolling thing? You might need it. The other board. The movable.
Or if you want, we can transfer.
Each team has their drawing behind it. For the main presentation, like when the students do events, are they gonna present from there, the idea? And the students.
So another way we can keep it warm is call it
It's hot already.
But this year, but this year, you know. What time is
Yes.
The water we meant to move it to that. Sorry. Mr. Charles, please muzzle, please. Waiting muzzle, please.
If everything warm, some of my guests are
Maybe just one, I don't know.
I told Mama.
No, we put the ice in the water.
All of them?
Yeah.
We can't do that. We need to get.
Yeah, we can set that
We
thing
need
in.
Charles.
Is there
Well,
any way
if
to
Charles
clean
can
the camera or
remove,
it's
we will remove some of the things. We can
color?
set this in.
You need to get.
Yeah.
Is there any way to clean like the lenses?
No, don't take it up.
I'm not gonna touch it. I'm asking.
Your hand is there, it's live right now.
Okay.
We are
Is there any
live.
way to clean the lenses?
The settings, we have to change it. Yes, they go. As soon as you brought it,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not looking for.
Nangaseno kulake mumavuta sowenza mafuna msikako nemafu. Kunyeke nali mu. How many?
All of it.
You should send me.
Yes, Mark. Hi, how are you?
Joel.
Mark.
Can I have some people to help with registration, please? In the meantime,
Jake. Thank you for coming inside. Absolutely. Yeah. Yes, thank you. Good to see you. How are you? Thank you for coming. Yeah, thank you.
Welcome. Ça va? Hello. How are you doing?
We're all dressed up.
I think you can sign it here.
For families, and these are free resources that we can, this is Spanish, this is English, I don't know. And then this is actually amazing resources that parents and families can access online. So I thought I would just. I know that the West African
Probably. It's spinning this thing.
You all have your question. Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much. My stuff. It's good to see you.
Yeah, the water done. I think, yeah, we should start giving water.
Thank you.
I don't know who someone took it there. I got it. Let me know when you're ready.
Zainab, I'm Zainab.
Oh, hello. How are you? Sorry, my.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, thank you.
I can't stay long.
That was the last session. Sorry, I didn't.
Mama,
No, that's really good.
I know you want to feel us, right? We've been so busy. All this stuff, I know you're inviting us last week. Shut the invite.
Oh wow, they're working on this new center.
Yeah, So you have an idea what it's about?
No, that's right next to the TV once you do that.
Just one HDMI.
Okay.
What?
I HDMI to the TV. Since they don't look like
So,
you use the TV to do that.
yeah, why are you going to, where is this program going to be? Yeah, you can use it.
Is this for us or for the...
But your presence.
Finally, we do that. The department to the designers have 60 designs. And that's what they're presenting for. And hopefully through that, I really like what they mean. That's really helpful.
I mean, that's how long have you? Wow, that's impressive. I don't know what
I just emailed you. I'm Debbie. I'm with this public company. Yes. They're awesome. It could have been either. It could be either. Good to see you. Okay. People are raving. They did a presentation at our last promotion. People are raving. Yeah. Sorry about that. So I
My concern.
I got yours.
Everything all at once. You could be a grandma.
Which one is like? Which camera is like? Wait for my mom. Camera. I want to say hi to my mom. Just wait. Why do you want this?
This slide.
I was listening to
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Washington West African Center. We are very glad and happy to have you all here, whether our folks that are here in person and those that are here that are following us online. Greetings to you all. We have the program is hybrid, so we have people that are following us online. If you look on the screen, you will see them. Thank you all for coming. We truly appreciate this. I am super excited, emotional, happy, and everything. Just cannot wait to see the amazing work that these students have put together. This partnership is, I would say, a step in the right direction towards a dream come true. I just don't want people to be seated or standing. Probably you are hungry, the food is ready. Those of you online, we'll serve you your place virtually. And those in person, please go ahead and help yourselves. We have some food over there. These students, their displays out. The way the program is set, we are printing it out. Each of them has about 8 to 10 minutes to do their presentation officially. But they have the things set up at the tables to answer more questions while it's happening. So feel free to walk around, check out their tables, interact with them. They'll be happy to answer any questions for you. We are very happy that you all showed up, and please help yourself with some food. But before then, give a big round of applause for this amazing students. And Ms. Elizabeth. Thank you. We appreciate this. So please go help yourself with some food. Yeah, we appreciate this. Thank you.
Yeah, someone has to start.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yeah, okay, great.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
Do you want me to make like yum sounds really loud?
You should. Please do that. Tempt them.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Not a teacher.
But there's people that
Thank you so much. Oh, yeah.
So, takeaway is.
Oh, this is helpful.
You know, he didn't get the information because I think I got an invite in Facebook, you know, so he doesn't use Facebook. So, but you go ahead, I want to see what you get.
No, they have this all hot stuff. Yeah, you got it online. That's your Monday.
Yeah, whatever you got.
It's just, it's such a beautiful written language. It's just like art.
Okay.
It's so pretty. I have no idea what it says, but it's really pretty.
This chicken shawarma. Chicken wrap.
Is it hot or spicy?
No, not very.
Monday.
Just try
They go there
it.
very
Try
quickly.
it.
You will go there very.
Yeah, try it. That's right. You get it right.
Some people have a really hard time saying.
Yeah. And this one, no? Yeah.
It's very hard, apparently, because
We're getting to solstice time. That's yeah. And just in general, it's like, I don't know.
this is really useful.
Do you judge yourself? Just in young sounds.
Days of the week. Have you studied this part? You studied it all?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, hello. This way.
Neighbors, so one house would be two house, and the other house would be a baking house. Perfect teamwork.
Would it work to transmit videos from that city to a big change the channel?
That's the dream for the Impact Project, is to get local businesses to compete for recipes. You know, so
Yes,
we'll see how it shakes out. These people like to compete. Hello, sir.
What's your name, sir?
Because he had his good luck. He had his good luck.
So do you want to introduce yourself to Joe? Tell him your name. I'm the teacher. That's why I'm being so bossy, in case you were wondering. Yourself. Yes. Yeah, and these three are my students. You're busy on your phone. So. Introduce yourself to Joe. Very cool.
Nobody's here.
You started But teaching ESL is very similar, especially when it can come at all different levels, because that's what special ed is all about. And so I just had this like one-on-one. It's not anymore, so. My last 20 years. Yeah, I was at Hamilton. Okay.
Pretty much, yeah. Just last year,
It's all ready to buy.
I started like
Yeah, I remember that. I can just say never did.
Yeah.
Alpha's gonna come here and she'll be like, hey,
I'm mentioning up there.
Just take your. I'm not dressed. I forgot this. Don't change his heart. Enjoy yourself. Osman, do we expect more people? I think I'm getting loaded.
That's fine. Thank you, Diana.
And there's not as many like.
I don't want to get in the way.
Yeah, you can.
Uncle, give me the model, come on,
I see both sides. I see both sides. Yeah, well, it's just like you've got apples, plums, bananas, strawberries, all like being forced to just like Venn diagram. Depending on where you are, you know, it's just such a
Thank you so very much. Please, I hope those of you here are enjoying the food. Go ahead and help yourselves. Again, welcome to the Washington West African Center. We are glad to have you here with us today for a presentation of the Futuristic West African Village project in partnership with the Youth School of Architecture. Those of you that are following us online, hello. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you all. As I said, the event is hybrid. We are aware of the fact that it is a weekday, a Monday. People are very busy. You making time out of your busy schedule to be here with us, whether in person or virtually, is something that we appreciate a lot. Thank you very much. Enjoy the food. We have a lot of food out there. Students, are you guys not hungry? So this project is the combination of several factors that led to it. Currently, the Washington West African Center is providing cultural relevant wraparound services to our community members. What started out of my living room in Everett is becoming a lot more serious. It's a vision, it's a dream, but most importantly, it's a need. From my living room, just a couple of days ago, we had an event here. This place was full with the grandmas, and they were talking about how I started the project using my own van, going from place to place to pick them up, renting the cabana of my apartment complex where they had their monthly meetings, to now where they can have this, to the futuristic West African village. It's a serious program, and I truly, truly appreciate this effort. Now, I said there is a need. We continue to struggle. The same place we are in, until a few months ago, like I said, if marijuana is smelled in the bathroom, it's us. The same place we are in, if the garbage can or the dumpster is full back there, it's us. I use a radical approach always to tell them enough is enough. This discrimination is too much. You need to stop. That's where we are. If you want to use the bathrooms now, you will find you will need to use the key fob or punch in a code. Why? Because today, Monday, there should have been an ESL class happening here. Earlier this year, that ESL class was happening. And one of the students who actually was attending the class, that's from one of the French-speaking West African countries that does not know how to read, write, or speak English, could not go to recognize the sign on the bathroom. He went into the women's room. Coming out of there, one of our neighbors who was occupying the space then was the female from one of the offices there, just opened the door and saw him coming out. Of course, a thick black male, African male person coming out of the bathroom. She screamed her lungs out. They called the police on me that time. I was on my way heading to Africa. It was very traumatizing and stressful. We were having the BDU program, the after-school program. The song that just ended was the students, the kids. They were having an after-school program when Linwood Police Department showed up here. And it was terrifying. Why? Because of that. In good faith, the person did not understand the signs on there. The person could not read or write read the signs. It led to them putting a key fob, putting a code and giving us a key fob and so many other things. When I say it's real, it's real. So what you are seeing here, this group of amazing students divided themselves into 6 students. Over the years, I applied for funding at different places. When I see something for a project like this, I applied, they reject it and say, you need to, I called for a debrief. And during the debrief, I'm very good at asking for a debrief when my grant proposals are rejected. And after I do, they will tell me probably why they rejected me, and they'll tell me, oh, you did not have a shovel-ready project. You have an amazing idea. All your projects are great. You don't have a shovel-ready project. I had to say, what is this shovel-ready project like? We called for a meeting. My assistant is not here in person. She did a great job. I said, I want you to email the folks at the Snohomish County Human Services. Email Natasha and ask her, what does this look like? Ask Natasha to connect us, because I attended a meeting in which they proposed to me, contact UW School of Architecture. They may help you. Natasha is here in the building with us today. Please give it up for her. The email she sent to us with the contacts is what led to this partnership today. I'm very emotional. When I'm happy, you could tell it's real. I will try to suppress it because I want what I'm saying to be out there. This event is live. Folks are able to watch us from around the world. I even have folks in Africa send messages a few weeks ago to say, we want to see what that is like. Because a lot of times our people don't put in these type of efforts because of all that it takes. It's very crazy what we want to do. As late as this last Friday, exactly around this time, I was on the phone with the school from the Renton School District who said our kids in King County that are 5 years and below cannot go to the after-school program there. Few weeks ago, they stopped the kids. A family went in and brought their kids. They said, you cannot have it. I said, why? Because we cannot just have the kids here. We have an MOU with them that is valid for 3 years up to the year 2026, 2025, June or July of 2025. That said, we are going to serve kids from 5 to 13-year-olds. We created outreach materials and sent to them that they shared on their platforms multiple times, on Pidja and others for those of you that have kids that go to school. They stopped the families, and I told Noel and them, tell the family to stay home, apologize to them while we have a meeting with them. I was on the phone with them a couple of days ago, on Friday, to take care of that. So when I say there is a need for this, there is, because we continue to want places, for the programs and services we are offering, and continue to be denied. It took me 9 months to get this place, because they would just not accept some of our services. And I said, we are not cherry picking here. You either take us wholeheartedly and holistically in all our programs, or you choose to not take us at all. They will understand us. And after 9 months of the place being empty, eventually they worked with me to make sure I came here wholeheartedly. I don't sugarcoat anything. I say it exactly as it is, and everything I'm saying is nothing but facts. So there's a need for this futuristic West African village. You will hear from the students. We talk about the housing project. As we speak, in partnership with Snohomish County and the Department of Commerce, we are running our Sutura housing project. We have a partnership with 3 different apartment complexes in the area where we are housing over 25 people at every given time, including right now. Only if you know the struggles it took us to be able to have these partnerships established. Only if you know how much deposits these apartment complexes would ask us. Only if you know until this minute how much they continue. On 2 occasions, 2 weeks ago being the latest, they wanted to break the lease. So there's a need for this project in the community. Because as things happen, I come up with ideas to see how can we take care of this. My folks from the Snohomish Health Department, they were going to be here. A few months ago, you all probably heard, or most of you probably heard, the issue we had with them when we were trying to do our Sounds of Africa Festival, and for the lack of a commercial kitchen, what happened between us and them. Now the partnership is great. We are working towards that. But we want to have a place where it will be a one-stop shop where we will have all these things incorporated into under one roof. The technicians, Ms. Elizabeth and her team told us it may not be possible to have everything on one roof based on zoning and city code and all of that. And we say, okay, you are the expert, we will listen to you. So they have 6 different amazing concepts that they are gonna present to us here today. You can feel free to go around. Again, to those of you that are following us online, whether on YouTube or on the Zoom, thank you for joining us. We just have some certificates of appreciation for the students and their lecturer. I know they weren't expecting it, but thank you all very much for being here. Sorry. So I want to start by calling the students. Steve Woodard, you want to help me present some of these certificates, please? Steve is always there whenever, wherever he is needed. He's the first to show up and the last to go. Thank you. The certificate goes to Diego. Thank you for your amazing work. Yeah, Steve is gonna present that to you. Yes. Amy Kale. Amy. Thank you. Okay. Chen Luzang. Chen Lu. Shloka Kandelwal. Thank you, Steve. Natasha, can you join me to present some of the certificates? Thank you, Steve. Thank you very much. Stacy Kearney. Dominic Christensen. Joy Christensen. Yafet Ijeju. Thank you so much, Natasha. Miss Karen, can you please step up and present some of the certificates for me?
Thanks, Ms. Karen. Amazing.
I will try to suppress it if I talk about Miss Karen because of her contribution to Wawa. So, at the beginning of the year, she saw a publication, I believe, for one of the newspapers. So, the media, my Edmond News is here. Thank you, I think, for covering this event. She contacted us and said, I'm a retired school teacher. I used to go all the way to the south, driving over an hour to do this. I'm glad that you have a center here. I want to help teaching folks. She's doing it for free of charge, very consistent every Monday and Wednesday. Thank you. Olivia Osha. Nora Larson. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Nora Larson. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Toshita Mehta. Marga Lee. Bahir Delhi. Thank you. I guess we have given everybody last but not least, Miss Elizabeth. Please give it up for Elizabeth. This project means a lot to her. The first time we connected, she was in Germany, in Berlin. And we had a Zoom meeting when Noah reached out to her for the project. We met with different people, including her bosses, and she made a concerted effort to see this through. We appreciate it. The project meant a lot to her. She said, when I come, I'm going to come to the center. And she indeed did. As soon as she came back from Germany, she reached out, came over here. We had a good time together. And in fact, she brought her beautiful book in which she is humble. She has something on here. Yes. Turn it around. Landscape of West Africa, right? A window of changing world. So thank you, Miss Elizabeth. We appreciate your efforts and everything that you have done for us. Now, without further ado, I'll hand over the microphone for her to actually take over from here with the students with their presentation. So thank you all. Thank you, Ms. Karen. Just to let you know before while the students are setting that up, if you look on your tables on the 21st of this month, we have an insurance application event here in partnership with the Snohomish Health District and King County and CRO Public Health of King County and CRO in part and Snohomish County Health District. The health department will be having an insurance application process for the community here. Open enrollment is currently going on, and we are helping the community members. We will have free food here, language translation, and the other stuff. As I said, we have a lot of newly arrived migrants that don't have access to medical insurance. So this is the right time. If any of us don't have medical insurance or you want to change it, open enrollment is on until January 15th. Thank you.
Sorry, we have a lot of technical things to work out. I think the students are going to be presenting from the screen here, so that if everyone can turn and look in that direction. So there are, as Paul said, there are 6 teams of students. So we only have one team with 3, but they're teams of 2 students. We've only been working on this for 10 weeks, so it's not really a long time. The studio consists of graduate and undergraduate students, so it's a vertical studio, so that's pretty amazing, just to see kind of the quality of work. I am really impressed with what the students have done. It's really hard, because I think, as you all know, you can't encapsulate West Africa to any one particular thing. It's a very diverse place. It has many different climate zones, and we are not designing for that area. I mean, we're designing for here, but we also want to be culturally sensitive as best as we can. We had a lot of discussions. We spoke with Pa, and we also got feedback. We spoke with some of the community members. We had a drawing session with the children, which was really nice. And we're still designing for this place, but we're trying to design something that really fits with the environment of the Pacific Northwest, because the architecture also in West Africa is very, if you're looking at traditional architecture, it's very environmentally it's responding to the environment. There's a lot of thought about using local materials. And so I think the architecture that the students have developed is something that's very much inspired by what they've heard from the community. But it's also something that's very rooted here in the Pacific Northwest, where WAWAC now has their home. We talked a lot about home and what it means to make home for this community. As Pa described, we heard a lot of the challenges that they face. And so home for us was a really important thing. How do you achieve that through architecture and through design? And I think the students, you'll see that they're going to talk quite a bit about how to do that. But really for us, it's all about people. It's not about just the building. We talked a lot about, I think a lot of times architects always think about the shiny building, the shiny design, but it's really about the people that occupy the architecture. And that's something that we've really pushed for in the design. So anyway, I will turn it over. I don't know if everyone's set up yet, but turn it over.
You can send me the presentation.
Thank you very much. They are setting up, as they said, they have quite a bit of technical stuff we're trying to figure out here. So thank you all for coming. Still, the Working Families Tax Credit is open for people who want to apply for that. If you live in Washington State and you work in the year 2022 or 2023, you can apply for the Working Families Tax Credit and get up to $1,255 if you qualify. This is different from the income tax credit that the IRS is giving. So it's definitely a new thing that the state initiated from 2 years ago. So anybody who wants to apply for that, you can come here and we will help you. Thanks to my amazing staff for the job well done in putting this event together for the past few days. They've been amazingly busy trying to put this event together. Everybody's input is well appreciated. So help me clap for my staff, please. Thank you all very much for the great job. Appreciate your help. Yes, the students are setting up the HDMI. It may interest you to know that 70% of the projects that WAWAC is implementing has no funding. It's just out of creativity, passion, and partnerships like this that enable us to be able to do it. But it's not that we have funding for them. Whether there is money, there is no money, as long as there's a need in the community, we make a concerted effort to make sure that our programs are implemented and we do what we have to do for the community. We can start out small, but with partnerships, we are able to do a lot more. So, Natasha, again, thank you. And to all our partners at the Department of Commerce, Environmental Health Commission, NTI, the Community Foundation of Snohomish County, and all the other partners that we have. I say those foundations, especially NTI and Community Foundation of Snohomish County, give us life support. Without their funding, it would be hard for us to implement some of these things. I'm just killing the time, you know what I'm saying? While they're setting up over there, don't want to kill you, bore you, or anything. But yeah, we truly appreciate the help and the partnerships that we have with these entities and these institutions that is helping us to go. We are a vital site, which means we help people apply for taxes for free of charge between February and October of next year. If you know anybody that is interested in applying for the taxes, you can actually refer them to us here. We'll be happy to support them to apply for their taxes. And thank you. You can move this over there. Yes. Yes, thank you very much. I think the students are ready.
Yeah. I guess you have to screen.
Oh, yeah, they'll fire up.
Fabian, thank you.
Sorry about the technical issues. Hi, I'm Shobha and that's Rishita. We're going to talk about the community center. We're going to talk about the community center, which includes the different activities that wanted in the center itself. This does not have housing, but it has all the other facilities that could be incorporated in the community center. So some of the broader ideas that we kind of looked into when we were talking about the West African community was creating an urban oasis in the heart of the city. So we want this to be some place that provides a sort of oasis, which is like bringing people together. We were trying to incorporate as many flexible and collaborative places that are available so that people can have different activities under the same roof. Trying to provide cultural identity and significance so that this kind of feels like a home away from home. And a safe and welcoming refuge, also having spaces for maximizing human interaction and connection.
So we looked at the parcel sizes in Linwood and Everett area, and we came to the conclusion that the minimum parcel size is around 100 feet by 150 feet. So we went ahead with there and looked at different sites which are available for sale right now in Linwood and Everett area. And we picked out 10 of them sites which could potentially be considered future sites.
So just like what Tushka mentioned, the idea was to have the community center within that 100 by 150 parcel, and then based on what land is available and what and the community goes ahead with, this community center could be placed on any site. And the idea is like we kind of looked at what each site offers. So maybe some site you'll get a lot of parking with community garden, maybe some site it's like smaller and then you get just little parking with no community garden. So this kind of looks at different possibilities based on what's available.
That's fine.
This is just one side that we kind of focused more on, based on availability, based on zoning and other factors, and also kind of looked at what's around the neighborhood, and it seemed like a really good place for the West African community, since we have a few residential apartments, we have a childcare, a food mart, there are some schools around the area. There's a senior living facility. So it kind of seemed like a very holistic site where the community center would blend in seamlessly.
For the program of the community center, we went with an idea to have more public interactive spaces on the first level, and then as you go up the levels, it becomes more private. So the first level would be more about community, food, events. The second level would be more about offices and religious spaces. And the last level would be focused more on kids having classrooms, daycare, and play areas.
So this is kind of looking more into the site in general, and what does this site provide you apart from the community center? So we looked at having parking for about, I think, 75 stalls. Along with that, there's a community garden and an open marketplace that connects to the community center. Apart from all of this, there's also a piece of land that's still available for future development if required. Maybe housing can be added, maybe some things that are missing out of the community center can be expanded out to this future development. And now we're coming down to like the first level. As Tushka mentioned, this is more public. So we have the event space that has a transition between event and market, and it kind of opens up the marketplace. There's a community garden which is connected to the community kitchen. We have spaces for dining and pantry, and also based on how the West African community has a food pickup loading space, we've given a dedicated space on the corner of the first level so that people can come in, pick up their groceries, and leave with it.
And there's also the drop-in center, which has a separate entrance. It's more private. Based on conversations with we realize how essential this kind of space is to new immigrants. So it's kind of made more private to the other spaces on the first level. And then we go up to the second level where we have more of slightly private spaces where we have the admin with offices. The idea is to have like an open office plan where people can come in, sit, work, or it could also be converted into a large meeting space where necessary. And then we have the religious study room and the prayer room. And then on the last level, as mentioned, this is more for the kids. It's more for like a more private space where we can have classroom space, which can be a flex space. So if we don't have classroom, the kids could come in, probably drag some equipment from the storage room and play. And then we have the skills training room, which is beside the classroom. So anyone, adult, kids can have their skills training classes over here. And then there's a daycare and a study room, and a more open outdoor space where we can have a play area for the kids and some sort of seating spots for the parents who can come sit there, chat, or look over the kids.
Talking about the flex spaces, we have a few examples of how we imagine the spaces could be used as. So this is the main event space. On the left, it could be used for an event which is going on, which requires more dining. So a lot of people can come together, dine in the same area. And on the right, it could also be used as some sort of movie night screenings. So this is the auditorium steps which we've proposed, which they could just put up a screen and kids could sit there, watch, and parents could just hang around them and keep an eye on them. This also a third option could be the marketplace, which we mentioned before. So maybe there could be an event, weekly or monthly event, where people would just come and just interact with each other. So the market could go on outside, which could extend on the inside. There could be stalls put up, and it would just be a more of interactive and community space. This is the office which we were talking about, where on the left it would be just people working on their desks, and on the right it could be used more as a conference space. It could be partitioned off into smaller spaces and opened up as and when, however needed. This is the top classroom area, where on the left it could be more intimate, like maybe 15 students at once, could be closed off according to how many students are there. Or on the right, it could be, for example, it's raining outside and kids don't want to play outside. They could just move up all the chairs and they could use it as an indoor play area.
Yeah, this is just looking at an overall cut of the building and how the spaces interact with each other. So if you look at this, the idea was to have the gathering spaces be more open to each other, so you can look into the event space, making the event space more central. Having these kind of stairs that people can use to sit just on a general day or use it for walking up to the second level. And then we have the outdoor space, which is covered with this canopy that protects it from rain and other weather conditions. Yeah, and then this is kind of just like looking at a day at Warwack. How would it look to be in this space? So we have like a view where you enter with the car and you look at the building itself. And then this is kind of the transition space between the event space and the marketplace, how it looks like entering by foot to the community center. This is kind of a view of the event space on a regular day, how it would be when people are just coming in and going out. This is a view from the balcony towards the event space, seeing how it is. Then we have the office space, how it is when people are working on it. Sorry. And then the community garden, where the grandmas can grow the crops, they can work on it during the day. The classrooms with the kids playing around or having their regular classes. And then during lunch or dinner, the families can come down to the dining area and have a meal together. This is a kind of look into the skills training area where we have kind of a glass wall that looks into the classrooms as well. So people sitting in the skills training look over the kids as well. This is the outdoor play area where where the kids can play and people can be sitting on the pods. A little bit more look into the seating space. And then this is the daycare, so kind of how the study area and the daycare relate to each other, how we can have spaces that can be flexible also, have spaces which can be separated by moving walls and partitions. And then just a final look at how the event space can be converted into a movie night, so we can have a screen set up and then people watching from the stairs. And then this is a look at the marketplace and how kiosks and stuff can be set up on days where you have the market and everything. Thank you.
So if you all have questions for them, you can come over to their table is there. If you want to see the drawings, also either talk to them.
The next group of students are coming. Real quick, we have our first annual fundraising here on the 4th of January. Please come and support. We have live African music, more and nicer food, 360 photo booth, and elegant night. So come and support and be part of this amazing project. Thank you. I want to announce the presence of Mr. Gary, the husband of our board chair. Miss Gloria is not able to make it. He's always here to represent. Thank you.
How do you present? What? How do I do this? There's a full screen. She needs to make it full screen. There's a full screen.
Hello, thank you for waiting. You want to start?
Hi, I'm Nora Jane.
I'm Olivia.
So we just wanted to start by thanking you all for having us here. We're very excited to talk to you about our presentation today.
But yeah, our project, we focused on supporting the community and celebrating the culture. Our project does focus strictly on the Wawak Community Center aspect. The housing groups are to come, but we are both undergraduate students. So we're the lower half of the vertical studio.
So after our initial meeting with WAWAC, we realized, as I'm sure many of you are already aware, just how great the scale of programs WAWAC offers. And so we really had to take some time to understand them, and in order to wrap our heads around it, we split the programs into 3 main zones, which we termed as supporting the West African community, Jin community, and celebrating culture while so far removed from Africa itself. And we just wanted to break these down in terms of support is, I suppose, the ESL classes, the youth programs, things along those veins, engaging the community such as the Sounds of Africa and cultural events, and then the gallery of fabric and music and proposed marketplace would fall into celebrating cultural.
So we decided to do a hypothetical site that is very close by. As you can see, our current location up in the top right. But yeah, we chose this site because it does have two main faces. On 194th, it's much more private, and on 196, it is much more public, facing the commercial streets. And there's also it's a pretty big plot of the land to fit all the amazing services.
And so knowing what we now do of the site with its two different faces, we organize the three zones that we spoke of earlier to align with these two streets. And so the public facing side of 196 is organized with the idea of Feeling Africa, which is the more community focused center, and then moves backwards into the gathering area with the furthest recessed side along 194th being the support services, so that they're a little more set back and private, so that there's no stigma surrounding approaching and entering and utilizing these services.
So here you begin to see that our project is 2 levels, with our support more in the top facing 194th. We have specific areas within the support, such as like the food distribution and a food area with also a commercial kitchen. And then there's 4 adult classrooms and workshops that go straight into the gathering hall. And then there is an adult shared learning area on the left side of our courtyard, and a children's shared learning area on the right side, and a bunch of classrooms with technology distributed out. And then up on the second level, we have a lot more admin focused aspects of the design. And then we also have a mezzanine above our gathering hall that we use African fabric to provide privacy to that second level, so people can witness what's happening in the gathering hall without being too intimidated by some of the amazing events if they just are a little scared. And then we have the garden/courtyard. So the amount of garden beds, which do include seating, also is estimated to be just over 300 people. And then we have the covered pavilion that can be used for a wide variety of events, such as like the African marketplace. And we also have an auditorium that seats 100. Here's some more of that information. And there is 12 private offices. Upstairs, there's 4 adult classrooms, 4 youth classrooms. The adult classrooms seat 20 and the youth ones seat 12.
And so bringing these ideas into the third dimension, we can just get an overall look at, first of all, how large the site is. It's about 600 feet in length. And so it is a bit more difficult to apply because it is a hypothetical site. It's not for sale. However, due to the rectilinear nature of it, it can be essentially dragged and dropped and scaled down to fit any site that could be purchased in future. And so we just wanted to provide several views to zoom in and look at how this would feel in reality. And so this is looking from our exterior auditorium towards the market, the garden, just seeing the array of activities that could be taking place here. Looking within the marketplace, within the gathering hall, where we can see that you can look all the way through to the enclosed courtyard, which is a bit more private. It's bordered by the administration and the shared learning on both sides. Noting the African fabric, providing details with the workshops along the far wall. And this is a view of what it would look like while not occupied by an event. So it can just provide, circulation and space to interact with others, and obviously can be converted to hold a large number of people for grander events. And finally, this is our enclosed courtyard, which with the youth space that we already talked about, the adult education spaces on the other side, and once again, just trying to provide a safe, enclosed, and comfortable space for everyone to come together.
Thank you, and we will be right over there in the corner if you want to talk with us more.
So one thing I see that these students have actually taken into consideration is a question they asked me, what would you want to see? I told them, I want to see and feel Africa. And I see indeed they've all made a concerted effort to make it look and feel Africa. I mean, this is just amazing. See my little self down there. Right? They even have some of the staff here. Oops, that's Amy. See how they just plucked us into this whole thing. And that's Haja, Manubia. They put us all in there. Right? They made us feel home. It's very important and we appreciate their efforts. See the Sutura Village there, Natasha? The futuristic West African village, the Sutura project. Sutura is our housing project we are doing in partnership with Snohomish County. I mean, believe it or not, a lot of our community members would have been homeless by now if it wasn't for this project. It means a lot and we appreciate the partnership with the Snohomish Health District. Are you done? The mic is all yours. If you haven't eaten, please go ahead and we have some food there.
Hello, my name is Joy. I'm a Master's of Architecture student at UW Seattle.
I am Diego. I'm also a Master of Architecture student in Seattle.
This is our proposal. We were focusing on designing the community center, similar to the first two groups that I presented. And the main ideas that we were thinking of was to really lean into the idea of a village using the different programs that were kind of requested in the center and looking at the connections between each of the spaces.
5 to 6 months now.
So going to the site, the proposed site is around Alderman Mall. It's actually north of the current Wellback Center, so pretty close by on 36th Avenue. Moving to project data, we do have a very rough estimate, but it's based off of similar calculations to similar properties, around 15-ish, 18 million.
The main idea that we were looking into, we started off trying to look into retrofitting or adaptive reuse of existing office bar buildings. That wasn't quite feasible, but the way we were trying to make it also an adaptable design. So what we did was we took what we could using the footprints of the 3 existing buildings on this site and rebuilt one completely new one and retrofitted on the far east one using that same footprint.
So in terms of how to bring the feel of Africa back into design, we use colors, we use mural artwork, we use patterns, as well as the connection between the exterior and interior spaces, the nature scenes.
This is just a site plan showing the access from 36th Avenue into the site. This is the entire parcel and it is really close to the adjacent parcel that is far further south. The program is blocked into these main kind of groupings, but again, we were trying to focus on not only having the spaces to address all of the needs of the community, but also how that can encourage the feeling of a village and the feeling of a community.
In terms of the vehicle circulation, so we have the main entrance being on the west side of the site, with the front drop-off and pickup center being in orange, as well as going around the building to the north side is the event drop-off and pickup. In terms of food distribution, we're thinking of having this pedestrian street be used for cars to bring in the food, and then the marketplace loading zone on the far east side of the structure.
Some of the other smaller programs that fit within the larger groups are private offices next to the open office areas. So we have some for the main employees who are working now and also have enough space for when the community center expands and adds more staff. There's also the after school program, which is on the 2nd floor with the administrative. So the students who are kind of regulars coming after school every day can interact with the office workers and the people that work at WAWAC. We also have the event hall here on the north side with openings to the courtyard here, to the north end for drop off and pickup, and also to the east for the market, which we'll show a little bit more later. A daycare and reception and the drop-in center are all kind of in the front welcoming area to have ease of access for those who are just coming in for those programs. So this is the front door of WAWAC. This is the entrance right off of the street. We were using the existing planting on the sidewalk and the street area to create almost a visual buffer where the building isn't entirely blocked and secluded away, but people driving by can see a hint of it, but people who are actually going within the site will see the actual building and the grandeur of it. So it's helping to ensure that people who are coming to WAWAC are ones that actually are willing to learn and listen and be part of the community.
In terms of nodes, so this entire site is focused on this connection between the exterior and interior spaces. One of the major nodes we have is this courtyard garden, which is going to host a massive tree where people can come and hang around. It's also a rain garden as well, which we'll get into more later. Moving over to the more eastern side, we have the event hall spillover, where people in the event hall can spill over either into the courtyard or more into the marketplace area. And then the spillover from the marketplace, so the stalls are going to be positioned under this canopy, but they have opportunities to spill over into the garden space on the west side of the African market. And then the playground soccer area, so this pedestrian street is going to be used for food distribution, but it'll also be used it also have the opportunity to be taken back over by the users. And so they can use this for soccer, basketball, anything. And then south of the African market is the herb garden, so that's going to be used for gathering herbs as well as selling stuff in the market. The herbs are good. Going over to the render in the event hall, so this render shows the connection between the event hall and the courtyard. So we have this massive glazing on this side where you have this quick connection between indoor, outdoor, and then the mezzanine on the second floor. So looking out from the second floor down into the event hall, you have the opportunity to show the space between the two levels.
Another key aspect is the idea of food as kind of a center in culture. So the kitchen is its own node that kind of circulates to the different programs. And the herb garden can go to the kitchen. The kitchen will be able to cook food and be able to sell it in the marketplace for people to enjoy in the central area, or for catering for events in the event hall, or for somebody that's just kind of grabbing a quick bite, they can hang out in the courtyard and just enjoy a quiet meal. It's also the key part for the food distribution, which we'll look into a little bit more later as well around here, which gives that sense of privacy that was kind of necessary for that program, that use. This is a view in the event hall looking out more into the marketplace. This kind of showcases how you can see from the very front door, through all the transparency, you can see to the marketplace through the event hall.
Going to the rain garden, we have the drainage system irrigation where the flowers and plants are going to be filtered through with the rain. We have the gutter system coming from the roof, and then more rainwater plants for people to use. Another render we have is the courtyard render. So we have the rain garden with these balcony scenes being seen on the renders. We have the second floor where the offices are, and then another balcony on the top floor where the mezzanine is.
The courtyard is meant to be kind of a place of solace and a little bit on the more quiet side, while not isolated from the rest of the center. The rain garden, as the water drains from the roof, it not only is getting kind of processed through the plants in a natural way, but also the sounds of water kind of dripping through the trees onto the rocks and the plants is meant to bring another sense of comfort to this area. So shared pedestrian street is kind of an idea of having a street that vehicles can access, but is predominantly for pedestrians to use. So the main parts of this are having removable bollards on either side here. So it's only open to vehicles when they're doing their weekly food distribution. The rest of the time, the marketplace, the event, and the youth area is free for people to hang out in, not for cars. They don't have to worry about cars coming through. There's also different kinds of aspects of what a shared pedestrian street is, while encouraging people to enjoy the space rather than having to look both ways before they cross the street. This is a view of the play area in the center with the soccer setup on the one end, marketplace on the other. And we were kind of intending for this area to be a place where when their parents are going to shop and like hang out in the marketplace, their kids can play in the playground and aren't going to be like, hey, can we go home? Like that the whole time.
Since this project is going to be adaptable, we're looking at different ideas of art buildings. So we have different properties in Linwood. So we have this site. So we're going to set all of our ideas to have this entire project be adaptable to different sites. So we have this one being a art building, this one giving out more of a village style, more residential area, and this is more of a art building in the more office park area. Further reiterating the fact that this project is able to continue and to evolve and adapt to the different sites we can find for it.
And we know that this is just kind of the initial phase and that WAWAC is going to continue and grow as more people support it and more people join it. So the site that we chose specifically also had that adjacent southern parcel to encourage future expansion to allow for maybe a massive community center someday. Thank you.
One.
Thank you. I guess we are all feeling Africa. On the tables, you will also see our QR code. We'll appreciate some donation and how you can actually volunteer with WAWAC, how to be involved with this. You can share our projects. You can connect us to funding partners, donate any amount starting today. And we will appreciate anything. The biggest part of this project starts now. It's as good as being on paper. And we want to be able to put it out there. Mr. John, thank you for coming. The students are ready to get started. We, as you can see, this open space, we twist it to organize events here and do whatever. If it wasn't for this event, you will see this whole line with different cubicles. We have the walls that we just use to do that. I'm the only person with an office here, and I have 14 staff. We use it to multitask. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Stacy Curley and I'm an undergraduate at the University of Washington.
Hi, my name is Dominic Hutchinson. I'm also an undergraduate at the University of Washington. So the focus of our project is looking at a common topography that we can look at within Linwood as well as the greater Everett area. We really want to focus on the idea of commercial retrofit. So a common topography that we looked at is a big box store. Features of this includes a truss structure system, and this allows it to span large areas. And in terms of plan layout, they tend to have a front entrance, an open floor plan, and then a rear loading dock. Examples of big box stores tend to be like Walmart's, Target's. Again, it's just a large commercial space and just a lot of product. But because of this, they have a large open floor plan. For our site, we looked at several different sites around Linwood. Again, just the typical big box store topography. And the one that we chose on was the Underhill Furniture Store, which is currently for sale. It's just a few blocks away. And again, it's just open for, in terms of sizing, it is around 23,000 square feet. And in comparison, you can see the current WAWAC location office with the 6,000 square feet.
Yeah. So the challenge we decided to take on is to transform that space. Most of those big blocks are just very neutral and they don't really create a feeling of home. So we used a few strategies like pushing the program to create a central circulation, creating a campus under one roof and trying to find ways to create a feeling of home into a big box. So this is an axon section we're cutting, so you can see inside the space. And the way we decided to approach is look at different programs as different hoods, like in a village, you have different arts or different circles. And then we dove inside each of these places and really looked at, for example, the children and what do they need. They need a playground and they also need security. So we transformed the loading dock in the back, adding woods and adding shades so the children can play in there in security. For the Lumo, you need to place food for long hours outside so people can easily access it. But because it's Seattle, you also need to cover it. So we're placing it and we're still keeping it filling outside so the fresh air is still there and people can go in. And then the drop-in center needs to be more private. So we created a different entrance for it and it's more secluded from the other program. And then our main event space, the Bantaba, is connecting all of those places together and people can sit in there. Because it's interior design, we also thought about materiality, and we think looking at furniture can help create a feeling of home, using furniture that draw you back to Africa and all those different places. So we designed a few of those furniture.
Yes, so here's the before and after of a standard big box store to what we are proposing. Again, it's really trying to figure out how we can create this feeling of home and a campus or village feeling under one roof. So some strategies that we employed is creating a skylight above, where it doesn't interfere with the structural system in place, but it creates a more open feeling. And then creating a wood slat system that hides the structure, but isn't too overbearing to where it brings the ceiling low. And then incorporating more cultural aspects such as the fabrics or even just like vegetation and cultural artworks hanging on the walls.
So here are a few renders of what we see the transformation happening. This is the main entrance space. This side is the drop-in, which needs a wood screen so people can sit while waiting. And then on the other side is the retail. And then this is a rendering of a learning nook. So this is a transition place where people are waiting to go inside the ESL class to see Mrs. Carey or to go to the BTU after school program. So this is how we're seeing the place, and people can sit, play some music, and just hang out with each other. So the main event space is adaptable. So we want it to be flexible, and we're seeing an occupancy of about 500 to 1,000 people fitting inside that space. So this is the potential of that main event space. And this is the food distribution and how we're seeing it. So as I said before, we still want it to be connected to the outside, so it's fresh and the fresh air can flow in, and at the same time covered, and the glasses are translucent and the panels can be folded and closed for more privacy if people want that. And this is the playground and garden. It was very important for us to create connection between the grandmas, for example, and the children to keep encouraging them to learn together and still staying close together. So that's the playground. And this is all for us. Please come to visit us and ask questions if you have any.
See, creativity. They looked at several different ideas and brought it to us. The open box idea, you imagine turning a store. When they try to explain it, I'm like, oops, there's a Walmart on Highway 99. It's been shut down for a while. It's been closed for a while. Maybe if we were to have that Walmart. But yeah, there is nothing impossible with partnership. We have 6 different ideas to pick from. Thank you, Adrienne. 6 different ideas to pick from as far as what we want to do is concerned. With your support, we will be able to do this. Remember, on the 21st of this month, we have an insurance application assistant here for anybody that needs medical insurance, dental. You can come here. It's open to the public. We are doing this in partnership with Snohomish Health Department and King County, Seattle and King County Office of Public Health. Thank you to the students. See the amazing Sutura Village. We like to give our projects African names. In fact, we are in the process of changing the names of the staff as well. From the Community Resource Navigator would be called Puntabi. And we talked to the after school program, which is the video program. And Pampero there is like, I've been a teacher all my life in Africa. I don't want to have a Malawi. What is it called? How do you call it in the Malawian language? She said she doesn't want to be called that. Yes, Charles mentioned it. I have a couple of staff from Malawi. They are taking over WAWAC. East Africa. Malawi is in East Africa. This is the beauty of what we do. Noel, that's working with us, is Caucasian. She and half native. She was sent here by UDAP, and we hired her. Are we ready? Go ahead. I'll come back to that.
Hello, my name is Bakr.
I'm Yafet.
And this is the Sutura Village. So what does sutra mean? Sutra is a multilingual word, such as in the language Wolof, and it means to denote the quality to provide help with integrity and confidentiality. So we saw how WAWAC was already using this term and concept sutra with their own projects and mission, such as the Sutra Housing Project. And we found it as a good opportunity to use something that they already hold significant as a concept for a design. So our proposal. The Sutura Village serves as a holistic refuge for West African immigrants, offering confidential temporary housing that fosters a sense of security, community, and self-sufficiency while easing the challenges of cultural, financial, and social transitions through a thoughtful architectural design strategy and supportive resources. So what is this strategy? Well, using the buildings as the protective force. By using the buildings as the protective force alongside the boundary of a site, we are prioritizing a sense of privacy, security, and comfort for tenants. This also then results in an inner courtyard that will evoke a sense of home and belonging. Second, pathways for openness. Pathways are thoughtfully designed to ensure a sense of freedom and openness and to avoid any feeling of confinement. And last but not least, a community marketplace and kiosks. The inclusion of a marketplace and culturally inspired kiosks will be operated by tenants and community members to strengthen the village atmosphere and communal bonds.
This overview highlights the different unit types that projects offered. There's going to be eight one-bedroom units for a small family, 20 of the two-bedroom units for medium family, and eight three-bedroom units for a larger family. And there's also dormitory units, two separated dormitory units for single men and women. There's also 10 ADA units, and along with community room, courtyard, and more. Here on the left is a chart to show a comparison of the unit sizes and then their amounts in square footage. This is our proposed site marked in yellow. This is in South Everett, Snohomish County. This might be recognizable to some of y'all, such as the Housing Authority, Snohomish County, just a few blocks down to the south. More great resources such as Everett Muslim Community Center, public library. This is the site-up close of our site. It's a 2.15 acres and currently $4 million. It has a max lot coverage of 65%, and it allows up to a dwelling unit per 44 dwelling unit per acre, which results in 94 units total. For this specific project, we're proposing 46 units total. So this will be this is the massing model. We see the 1 bedrooms on top, and right below it at both ends will be the 3 bedrooms, and in between there's the 2 bedrooms. This is all ADA and also dormitories with communal lounge and residential office right below it. And additionally, we have a marketplace and movable kiosks inside the courtyards.
So here's an overall view of the site and the Sutura Village. Here you can see how we're really implementing the strategy on the site, where we're using the buildings as a protective force alongside the boundary of a site that then creates an inner courtyard. We have pathways that are thoughtfully designed to ensure a sense of freedom and to avoid any feeling of confinement. We have a marketplace and culturally inspired kiosks. And to really just emphasize the idea of this strategy is that this strategy can be implemented on any site and the concept would still work.
So this is the Bantaba, meaning a gathering place. It's located in the center of the courtyard. This is to reflect the original concept of Bantaba, a circular arrangement around the tree. In this image, we incorporated different scenes to show its multi-purpose functionality.
Here's just another view of the overall site. The marketplace over here serves as kind of a transitional zone between the public and the private. And it's actually strategically placed right next to the residential administration services, which would be right here on the bottom floor. That way, people who are working at WAWAC can see who is entering and leaving the site, still supporting the idea of security and privacy. And here's the marketplace from the inside. We are using 4 main materials throughout this project: brick, corrugated steel, corten steel, and wood. And then here are the kiosks that are a blend between a futuristic modern look and a culturally inspired kiosk.
Here we're looking at the unit layout for 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom units. They were designed to bring warmth and comfort to the space. They have balconies looking out to the courtyard. So also evoking a sense of familiarity through a choice of color palette inside the units. Again, this is 3 bedroom and 88 units. These 2 prioritizes family living and ensures ADA accessibility. And again, we're combining modern functionality and a feeling of a sense of home and familiarity through color palettes.
So here are the dorm sleeping quarters. On the bottom is female and children, and on the top is male. The idea over here is that the furniture you are seeing, such as the shelves and the bunk beds, are actually movable. So we're allowing WAWAC to decide the sleeping arrangements, whether they want something more spacious or if they want something more optimized. And kind of the same idea with these spaces over here. These are just multi-purpose rooms. Again, it could be a nursing room or it could be a living room. It's really up to WAWAC to decide what those spaces are. Here is a balcony that overlooks into the courtyard and is connected by both sides of the dorms.
So this is a mood board how we feel is see West Africa through this project. We're heavily inspired by all these bubble diagrams here. We saw in the past slides using warm color pattern inside the interiors to bring that warmness, and also kiosks to recreate an experience of a quick style of running to errand to get that sense of feeling of nostalgia and to foster community meetups. And we also see different scenes. We can see these things happening in the balconies to create that neighborhood connection, a sense of belonging. And so the overall project, for the overall theme of this project, we wanted to reflect this part of West Africa, the greenery and the reddish tone of the local architectures. So last but not least, also community spaces to create memories and celebrate the culture together, such as the terrace. So this is the terrace, an open air atmosphere that has vibrant cultural elements. It could be a great place for gathering, for music and for sharing. Yeah, this is if you guys have any more questions, please visit us at our station. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I was talking about how diverse WAWAC is. We are blessed with 14 amazing staff now from all over. I said Noel is Native American and Caucasian. She was sent here by UW 3 years ago. I remember when I shared this story with the staff, I said, I interviewed Noel in the vehicle. Everything that every single one of them is doing, I used to do by myself. With time, my spouse, Amy, said, I'll help you to take care of some of your notes and organize your books and stuff. And other people started to join. I now have staff from Malawi, from Ghana, from Nigeria, from the Gambia, and of course, we've had people from Senegal. So this is a blessing, and we continue to grow. Thank you all, and our amazing volunteers that are constantly holding it down. UW is a treasure to this organization, dating back to 2018, almost a year after I established it. I work with different schools. Every single quarter, they send us nothing less than 8 different students. And guess what? It leads to employment opportunities for a good number of the students, and we write recommendation letters for them, references for educational purposes when they want to pursue grad school and different things. The latest person that we hired here from UW that started 2 weeks ago is this gentleman right here. He was sent here this last quarter for his field work. Because he did an amazing job, we hired him from 2 weeks ago. Thank you, Fabienne. So I want to recognize some of our partners that are present. If I don't mention your name, please let me know. UL is here from Domestic Violence Services of Snohomish County. Thank you all for coming. Steve and my brother William over there, City of Montlake Terrace. Their mayor was here 3 weeks or a month ago. We hosted her. I saw her 2 days later at the Verdant event. She's like, thank you for the royal treatment. I never had that in my life. The mayor of Montlake Terrace was here. We feel good when partners come to us rather than just wait for us to keep reaching out to you. Steve, I know you wear multiple hats. For all the hats you wear, we recognize you. So thanks to all our partners. Jake is here, of course, from Edmonds College. I want to recognize that. Connect Casino Road is a good partner of us. They send us a lot of people here for referrals, for housing and different things. So we are looking forward to seeing them. Our amazing sister and mother, Rosario. I've been sitting with her on a lot of boards. We connect. And lately the bond has just become stronger. I appreciate her and her husband coming here. So thank you, Rosario. John, thank you, brother. Miss County, and of course, the NAACP. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. So we are another housing group, and we call our project Sunikar. It means our home in Volok in West African culture. It's really close to them, and we're hoping it's going to touch their heart. And I am Marga.
I'm Amy.
I'm Chango.
Okay, so we decided to work with this site. It's located at this address in Everett. So the site is having a very nicely corner condition here. And 1112 Street Southwest is the very busy street and facing our along side of the site and the other direction and 4th Avenue West. We specifically picked this site according to what is surrounded and nearby by it. For instance, we have a playground here, and this is the Olivia Park Elementary School and Library, food mart, and basketball court, and Walgreens and such. So this site is on sale right now, and it's approximately $4 million listed as, and 2.15 acre lot site, and it's zoned as a being with urban village overlay, which is dedicated for residential and commercial development. And it could be used for hometowns, multifamily, and senior housing, retail, and office, and which is meeting all of the requirements that we are looking for. So this is just a real quick overview of our project that is sitting in the actual site. We have this oval-shaped Sunica complex around this the facts that we mentioned before, and we will be talking deeper in the later segments. The pages are. So according to our design, the design drive is coming from our discussion with Ravat and kids and grandmas during the interviews. We really looked into the idea of what is the home to wisdom freedom. So after having a discussion with them, we understood that the home means people and community to them. So we wanted to focus on this idea represented simply here in diagrams. So home is people that create community, and that community brings people together and creating this ring, which is the representation of their bonding, and it functions as a heart. This beating heart is becoming our design drive, which is converted here. So each of these little squares representing individuals and eventually each unit. These each units connected by this ring, which is the community as a heart, and this ring is bringing everybody together in this project of Sonicare.
So moving on to massing, so this is like a conceptual massing in a diagrammatic form, and it's illustrating how it responds to its context. So we started by placing a block. Next diagram shows that we took a piece out to incorporate the courtyard, internal courtyard, and nature. And towards the street, we have the Linwood West African Marketplace. And you'll see in the further slides how it kind of collaborates together.
So this is our street level plan, which is the first level. So here we programmed our different programs according to different colors. So starting from here, this is kind of the supporting zone for our project, where the entrance is located here, reception, lobby, waiting area, and administration office is located here, which direct the residents to navigate through the apartment. Here and next to it, we have a laundry facility supporting the entire complex. And here in the yellow, we are having a dormitory, and it's for the male dormitory, this for the female dormitory, due to religious and other facts that we decided to separate based on the gender. And this area is serve as a common area, kitchen and dining space. This is supporting these people who are staying in the dormitory while they're waiting for their open units that they can move in. And on the other side, there is a two-bedroom residential. And on the other side, here is we're imagining to have our open space where the cabana could be held. And this area can be entirely open as needed and having a direct connection with the market space here on the busy street 112. And we are also having the parking spaces on the other side and trying to keep our design project separated from the other side project.
Moving on to the second level, so this is the typical second level plan where we have all the units and residential, and to mention all the units and their areas are ADA accessible. This is the third level plan, and here we have highlighted the circulation because we have this concept and we call it the living walkway. So people can just sprawl out their furniture from the apartment and make it like a live walkway, which is further illustrated in the views, as you can see. Yeah. So this is just an exploded ISO kind of explaining how circulation and spaces are allotted in the plan in three-dimensional view. This is a sectional perspective cutting through the courtyard, so you can see the materiality of the project. So these are the views, and this is the view of the entrance to the Linwood West African Market. This is like a closer view of the market, how the space kind of feels. Next. Another view of the market. This is a view of the cabana, which kind of you can see the market on the right and the courtyard on the left. So it's like a connecting space between the market and the courtyard. Next. This is the entrance view from the parking. Next.
So as previously we mentioned, the Banjava is a really significant event for the West Community African. So we wanted to bring this event at the heart of our courtyard as a heart that is beating for the community. But we also wanted to acknowledge that we're living in Seattle. So instead of like gathering around the tree, we wanted to employ this overhead, which protects people from the raining. So we call this a Seattle style Banjava.
This is the view of the kids' play area, which is again located in the central courtyard. So this is a view of the living walkway, which is on the first level. This is a more enlarged view of the walkway, and this is what I was explaining in the plan. So you can have furniture in the corridor itself and a little planting, and you can make like a really long corridor a little more alive.
So, and in this corridor, why we decided to call it living corridor is this is where everybody's having this connection. Like when grandma passed by, everybody could say hi to grandma, how is she doing? And another kid is coming, and we wanted to have this active connection with each tenants staying in this snooker.
This is the view of the living walkway on the third level, and you can see into the courtyard from the living walkway. Next. This is the aerial view of the entire courtyard, and we have a little gardening spaces for the grandmoms if they want to do a little bit of gardening in there. Yeah. Next. This is just the overall project data where we have enlisted all the programs that we have. their average square footage, their capacities, and the number of units that we have.
And here we have mostly 3 bedrooms and 2 different types of 2 bedrooms. And also the marketplace is occupying the most of this space.
And these are the unit plan layouts. You can see they differ in areas and how they are laid out.
No.
So all the bathrooms and the entrances are ADA friendly, meaning they have a 5 feet maneuvering clearance around, so no problem for the wheelchairs.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
It's wonderful.
You do a great job.
You see what they have
But you didn't
presented.
tell me the reason why you're doing that.
You see the names,
So next time,
the
I'll start
African
with
names,
you from
the Sunusia. The Bantaba is the village square where we all gather in the evenings back home. Our parents would tell us stories. That's where the meetings take place. So, in case you don't know, a block away from us, there's a restaurant there called Bantaba Restaurant, and that's the village gathering square, basically. You hear the Sutura project. In case you don't know, West Africa is home to 16 countries. The flags are right there. 16 countries. And we speak hundreds of languages. WAWAC is constantly doing outreach in our local West African languages. The students did a great job in presenting this. But like I said, it's just as good as being on paper. The real work begins now for us to look for funding, for us to get the land and start building these projects one at a time. Debbie from the Snohomish County Early Learning Commission was here earlier. Last week, she had an event, a virtual event that she organized. They invited 4 panelists. Our great Steve right there was one of the panelists. I was one of the panelists together with 2 other people, and we were talking about what we are doing and WAWAC earned that for incorporating early learning into the programs that we are doing. The kids need this. The grandmas need it. The newly arrived migrants need it. Those countries that I said, over half of them are French-speaking countries, which means they were colonized by France. And as a result, the official language of those countries is French. 2 out of the countries were colonized by Portuguese. Cape Verde and Guinea-Bissau were colonized by Portugal. As a result, they speak Portuguese as the official language of the country. And the rest, including my country, the Gambia, speak English because we were colonized by Britain. These are the 3 countries that colonized the West African countries. What is interesting to know is that West African languages are not written. A lot of times people confuse this. And we have institutions, government establishment, especially that would say, oh, we have our content translated into 10, 15, 20, 30 different languages. You go to the website, it's there. For a fact, you wouldn't find any West African language there because our languages are not written. They are not. Our dialects are very unique. And this is why we provide language interpretation here as one of the key services when it comes to serving our community. A lot of times, it's difficult. We are doing outreach and advocacy about this open enrollment period. When it started, we tell the community, go and apply. You can qualify. You can have medical insurance. I took the bull by the horn and started it. My mom is here with me at my house. I applied for her. Only if you know the struggle I went through. Because I called and the lady told me, oh, I said, I'm applying for my mom. I can't talk to you without your mom's permission.
My mom speaks no word of English. She wants me to put my mom on the phone for her to ask my mom permission to talk, for me to talk on her behalf. I told her, even though I'm listed on the document as an authorized person that could talk on behalf of my mom, she insisted that that's their system. And eventually she said, hold on, I need to get an interpreter. Because they will tell you, oh, and a lot of government entities are probably here. We are connected to so many interpretation services. For heaven's sake, you don't have West African languages. Even if you do, it's very minimal. She put me on hold for almost 45 minutes, only to return, and I did this intentionally. I was patient, only to return and tell me, I'm sorry, we don't have an interpreter in Wolof. So you can, my supervisor has approved for you to talk on behalf of your mom. You imagine, if I can go through that with my mom, how about the rest of the community who don't read, write, or speak English? You could imagine what we are going through. And this is why we partnered with the Snohomish County Public Health Department and the Seattle and King County Public Health to actually organize the application assistance for the community here. Because our community is going through a lot of challenges to navigate this insurance application process. We were only contracted to do the outreach, that's it. But we are having to help with the application assistance. The last time I had checked, we had already applied for 15 or 20 people. And we are not supposed to be, I mean, we do it because the community needs it. But they have contracts with organizations that should be helping with application assistance. So I'm saying all of this, we serve as a one-stop shop. If there's anything you can do to support this project, please do. Without further ado, I just want to recognize tomorrow is a very significant day for our community. We have a community member that is here in the building. For their privacy, I would not say that much, but tomorrow at 9 a.m., we would be at the,
We'll be at the Daily Justice Juvenile Center at Everett.
Yes, and we need support and moral support. A community member of ours that came here, struggled, worked hard to build his life, is currently facing a lot of discrimination in the court system. His life is torn apart. As he puts it to us, the only thing that they haven't done to me yet is put me in a body bag. The only thing they haven't done to me yet is suck my blood and put me in a body bag. He's been going through divorce, was married to a privileged white woman. And to say this, a lot of times people will hesitate. I was equally hesitant. Oh, why? Because when divorce is happening, I've never done more rigorous background check on anyone as I've done with this person, just to make sure that we weren't making a fool of ourselves or putting ourselves in a funny situation. So I'm not putting my image and Wawak's image on the line to support someone we don't believe. We've been following the case. A lot has happened. Everything is taken away from him. His house, his family, everything. We became involved in the very last minute because the community can be hesitant. The community can, for fear of being stigmatized, for fear of not wanting to be judged, and so many reasons. Sometimes before folks come for us for services, it's a little late. But with the grace of God, we intervene, and we've been in the court with him. Tomorrow, he has a hearing. He needs a lot of money. He's paying close to $6,000 is what he's asked to pay. I mean, $2,000, but extra money that probably most likely have no justification of how he's been charged. The person is not working, has no money. His mental health is, he's getting really drained by this court system. He doesn't have language access and so many other things that made it impossible. So if anybody can tomorrow, let's fill up the courthouse at 9 a.m. It's also available online for those who cannot make it. Our compliance officer Zainab is the one in charge with Manubia. They'll be happy to share the link
for those who are not able to make it in person. But we want to go and show him moral support. We want to help him raise money to pay these things, the child support and the other things that he is asked to pay. It's very important. We are doing serious business here. I cannot thank my staff and their the amazing work that we are doing. As I said, the food distribution, we talk about it as late as last Friday. If you came here, you will see how packed this place was. People coming to pick up the food. It means so much to them. Right now, it's cold. We don't have funding for the project. We want to be able to provide cultural relevant food, grow what we eat and eat what we grow. You saw it on the plan. It's key. You saw the garden. We want to be able to have a garden where we can build and grow our own food. We want to be able to have our own food distribution center. We want to be able to have a commercial kitchen where we can make food. And train the, youth, train the kids, train the newly arriving migrants to be able to learn certain skills on their own. So whatever you can contribute towards this project, anyhow you can support us. I would always say to people, don't kill the bill when I have meetings. And of course, for those of us that are familiar with how laws are made when they are, before they get to become bills. At any point, depending on the different reading that is it, the people can kill the bill. I want to propose to anybody that is involved that believes in fair justice, that believes in equal distribution of resources. This is a key project that is going to take care of a significant amount of our problems. Right now, we are paying almost $12,000 for rent here. With the Sutura housing project, if we end up having this center, that's money we can save that can go directly to the community. $12,000 is what we are paying here. All the services that we are providing, we are under capacity. We can do a lot more for the community. I only have 2 people working as community resource navigators. The second one just even got hired about a month ago to help. So there is serious business going on here. There's a lot of work going on here, and we want to be able to continue to provide support to the community. So I appeal to each and every one of you here. We have our first annual fundraising event coming up on the 1st, on the 4th of next month. This flyer right there. You can actually, we will love to see you here to support, donate, take it with you. Come and enjoy African food, live music, and several other things that we will be providing. It's all listed there. Spread the word. It's our first event we are doing, fundraising event we are doing. Our donation QR code is there for anybody who wants to donate towards this project that these students have presented here or other things. You can scan the QR code and donate. We have the insurance application coming up and also the Sutura housing project for anybody that is in need of housing. I mentioned it earlier, we don't discriminate. We have our folks from Connect Casino Road that send us people here for referrals, people who need housing. We are happy to help them. Our folks from Millennium Ministries will send folks here, and different organizations, we refer each other to services. And that's what community is all about. We are participating and sharing stuff. Last week, Saturday, we were at the Linwood Library, celebrating with them over there, sharing African culture at a storytelling event. So we are constantly out and about partnering with different communities and supporting one another. It's very important. Partnership is the only way out. And guess what? We need these partnerships, these collaborations now more so than ever. The stakes are very high. And none of us is safe until we are all safe. It's very important that we come together as communities of color, as people of color, as people that are actually going through the same issues. What we share is much more better than what will divide us. What we have in common is much more than what we should allow to divide us. So it's very important that we have that understanding, collaborate, speak with one voice, and that way we can actually shake mountains and achieve our collective dreams and vision. WAWAC is always open to that. Our doors are always open. We look forward to support from each and every one of you for our brother for tomorrow. If anybody wants to donate towards that cause equally, you can reach out to us. Manubia is there, community resource navigator. We are collecting donations for him to support him towards his child support. For the first time, he was taken to jail a month and a half ago in his entire life because he missed his child support payment. For the first time, he was taken to jail. If his life is made miserable, there isn't much he can do. I'm not just making this up or to advocate for somebody that I believe would end up harming someone or harming people. So I appeal to each and every one of you. Miss Elizabeth and the students have done an amazing job. Can we please give a big round of applause to Miss Elizabeth and the students for the amazing job? You see it on the wall there, you see it on the screens, you see it moving. If anybody has any questions, feel free to walk around and ask them the questions, interact with them. They are here. We are happy to collaborate and connect, but please don't forget to attend our January 4th event. Thank you. Anybody has any questions, any comment to make? Thanks to all our partners that come in, community organizations. We really, truly appreciate all of you for showing up. This is what community is all about. We appreciate you all, those who were here and left, those who are still here. Thank you all. Thank you. Any questions, comments from anybody?
Just want to say that this is very inspiring.
Yes, Rosario.
Just want to say thank you for inviting us. We're really inspired by what you're attempting to do. I'm sure it will become a reality. And thank you for your call to work together.
Thank you. That's the Latino Education Training Institute. If you hear about Letty and the amazing work, that's the woman behind it. When I just started this job, they were the people I look up to for the great work that they're doing. This is community, and we appreciate it. Thank you. Anybody else has something to say? Ms. Karen?
What do you want me to say?
What do you want to say?
Well, as a lifelong educator, I really enjoy everything that I do here. I enjoy my students. And I think the most important thing is education. And in order to make it in America, when new people are coming, they really need to learn English. And so that's kind of my personal goal is to teach as many people English as I can. So that's why I'm here.
Thank you. We appreciate it, Mr. John.
So my name is John Ejapon. I'm the new president of the NAACP starting in January. Originally from Ghana. I came here when I was actually 16, 40 years ago. And what PI is doing here is nothing short of a miracle. Because I actually came here when there were very, very few Africans. Personally, I think the Gambians have taken over this place, but I'd love to see more Ghanaians and more people from other African countries here. But what you're doing here is truly amazing. I see you at all the strangest places. In fact, last year I was doing the Juneteenth event and this man just showed up like, hey, who invited you? And he just laughed because this man is never invited anywhere. He just shows up, But he does great work. And with my new position, I would like to definitely get involved in any way that I can. This man that you talked about, I think this is the work that we do, civil rights, where there's injustice for one, there's injustice for us all. Right? And I think this new man in the White House and all the threats that he's sending to people like us, I think the work that we do is even more important now. And we'll continue to do that. So thank you for the invitation. I actually brought my son here. He's 21, and I'm trying to show him the important stuff. So anyway, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Doc. It's great work. Wonderful.
First, I want to just echo everything that was said. This is so inspiring, and I'm actually Palestinian, and the Palestinian community has been talking about opening up a Palestinian center for decades. So I think we have a lot to learn from the initiatives you're taking. I'm wondering, so I'm here on behalf of Care Washington, and I'm actually wondering if you have more maybe digital flyers or resources we can share. I would love to get it out to other community activists and other spaces. Yeah, I wrote my email when I came in, but just making sure.
Thank you. We all learn from each other. That's what community is all about. We all learn from each other and we all support each other. As I said earlier, we have more that should unite us than what should divide us. And it's very important for us to recognize that our collective efforts would lead to collective win. None of us is safe until we are all safe. When COVID came, a lot of institutions and individuals started to take a chill pill, started to take a backbencher position, started to show or recognize that we are human beings and that we ought to be treated with dignity and respect. Post-COVID, it's going back to where it used to be. Folks are showing their true colors. And yes, with the new dispensation, there is no doubt that yes, there will be a lot of challenges for communities like us. And we can take them head on to do what we need to do what we have to do, to make sure that we are treated with dignity and respect. I say nothing about us without us. I'm glad when earlier this year, the state of Washington passed that law that would involve communities like us in the things that have to do with our affairs. And we are glad that we are currently sitting at the table where decisions about our lives are made. That's very important, because without that, we are doomed. And I want to encourage all of us to actually get into that level where we are involved. Whether it is through active politics by sitting at the table, going to where the laws are made, starting with city council level, going to county, state, and at federal level, or it is by us participating in school boards and other things where decisions about our lives and our kids' lives are made, even as little as our neighborhoods. A lot of us did not participate or don't like participating in these things. You see an HOA where somebody lives and we are not participating, when everything about your neighborhood and your community is made by other people. Your kids' school and what is happening there, decisions are made by folks, and you don't want to participate in that. So there is so much that we can participate in. Currently, or about 2 months ago, I was invited to the Hate Crime and Violence Prevention Hotline. Of course, the current governor-elect, then Attorney General Bob Ferguson, his office wrote to me to invite me to sit on that committee because they are creating a violence prevention, hate crime and violence prevention hotline that should take effect in 2025, starting with 4 counties, and it will take effect statewide in 2027. They invited me to sit on that committee, and I know the impact of our presence as we are guiding and looking at it, because if you have a bunch of security officers and other people who will be making decisions and who will be implementing, some laws without looking at it from a culturally appropriate lens, what would do? So I'm humbled to be part of that, and I have Momolo sitting on one of the subcommittees with me on that, project. The Snohomish County, Natasha can tell you, we have the Racial Equity Housing Advisory Committee that I'm sitting on for the county, and several other places where we advocate for stuff. And those advocacies is really what led to the Sutura housing project and a lot of the things that we are currently doing. So we have to advocate, we have to speak. And thank you all for the what we are doing. Actually, for his privacy, I was going to protect him, but I'm just informed that Abu wants to address the crowd, and that's the gentleman I'm talking about, who is actually going through this. So Abu, here. He's the one going to court tomorrow.
Thank you all. Very difficult. This man right here, he went to religion school in this time. When I came to America, I worked hard. 2 jobs. Tell my wife, what can I tell my children, my future children, if I'm working and only making 25,000 a year? How can I prepare tomorrow them to be better than me? I need to do business like you met me when I was doing business in Africa. I forced. She opposed to that, of course, with my mother-in-law. I forced myself and do it. Long story short, buy truck. Do trucking on 2018. 2019, COVID started head pull off. I worked day and night. I was driving myself from DuPont to Portland every single day, 7 days a week. I sit down and say, no, I need to do something to expand. I find people with a truck. After I spent 6 months working for a company called JW Logistic, they love the way I do the job. They say, if you have another truck, we will provide you 10 truck a job a day. I work for the company. My first paycheck come, I remember, $21,000 one week. My ex-wife was in Seattle downtown. He was an office manager making $48,000 a year. When she saw the notification 1 week of work, she called me. She said, what happened? Where did you get this money? I said, just 1 week of work. And it's the trucking. She started crying. I said, why? She said, because I was opposed to this very much. We give you a hard time, but you love this family. I worked until I able to have a fleet of truck operating. I started making a yearly 2.5 million, 3 million. 2021, 2022, $3.84 million this money there. I was my own operation manager. It's difficult. I was my own operation manager. I was my own accountant. I was my own driver lead, everything. One man do everything. I have no help. I'm able to succeed in American dream, get money. I went visit my family in Africa. Before I come back, I don't know what happened. The family fell apart. After I arrived here on July 27, 2022, I get served with divorce paper without no explanation. Since then, I have been on a hellfire. I go to court alone. They think I come from the A and drop down. All kind of discrimination you cannot think of until I have a correct the last day of hearing. I stay home. I have a mask on, the windbreak recession. After they come back, my mask off. I get called by my ex-brother, say, nigger, wear your mask. During Cindy Larson proceeding in the courthouse. Until today, no investigation, nothing ever happened. Did I have money? Yes. Over $2 million cash. My retirement was $729,000. My life insurance, they cash everything out. As a company that I'm operating, We took trucks from Pacific Bank and we have a leftover unpaid. During the divorce, all this cash, they took it and they gave to my ex. All the entire credit, you're talking about $610,000, they assigned all to me. My house is in Snohomish, 7907. It's a 4-acre of land. They took the house, equity over $625,000, give to her. They put me under $2,064 child support plus any extra. My ex report says spend, whether true or not, my financial freedom they give to her. So every month she will come report it, say I spend this amount, I spend this amount. They're forcing me to pay. I'm doing nothing but Uber driving because the trucking went in recession. Anybody can search. 2023 alone, there was a 88,000 trucking company went bankruptcy across the country. Today, still continue trucking recession. Every day, trucking companies collapse. Bigger one than me. The customer supply us went on a bankruptcy. Then our company collapsed. Bank took over their trucks. They left me with zero. I continue being abused, almost coming 4 years. It's very difficult. I was having everything in life. They took everything, continuously using power on me because my race. The day they make their decision for taking everything and they give to her, the job that was described, what you was doing before you do this job. I was doing jewelry business in Africa. The judge said, if trucking recession or whatever is not working, you can go back to the job you was doing before, jewelry job. I never ever do in the United States. Everybody know it's in the document. It was in Africa, so it's telling me go back to Africa. This is my life story. It's very difficult for me. No camera person, but I wanna thank WAWAC for what they have done for me. Without them, I won't stand here today. Where I'm here today, probably still in jail, or something happened to me already. Because I still get chased by these people, follow me all the way in south 50 miles after I leave all this north side for them. They drive, go where I was living in my truck, one of my truck. That's what I turned to wrong. They go and harass me in there. The court know about it, nothing happened. This is what I'm stuck in. All this room full of good people. I know this is the goal for every one of you. Fight for fair and transparency for everyone living in America. When I never hear about WAWAC until one day someone told me, you need to go to this company and explain your situation. Then when I approach them, they ask me, is it okay we do background check? I say yes. My whole life, I never ever been questioning by police, even the number of a ticket I got, if too much, 3 tickets my whole life, for over 14, 15 years in the United States. I go by the law, I follow the law, I avoid anything that called a crime, my life. But I'm treating today like a terrorist because they collide half. Because where I'm from, my documents, their documents, all the language they are saying, he is a Muslim, he is from Africa. That's all you can see. I have suffered unfair and transparency. When I came to WAWAC, they stand and know my struggling and help me until where we are today. They support me emotionally, morally. They support me to pay my lawyer so that lawyer will not abandon my case. I can't thank you enough, WAWAC and all the team members. And I can't thank enough for all the good people in here. I don't ever want this to happen to someone else like him. And I tried finding a job. I can't find one. They also offer me employment opportunity to avoid a more problem so that I can, before anything changes, I can able to afford at least minimum payment of my debts. Thank you all. God bless you.
So this man that just shared that he was sitting on millions a year or two ago, is currently sleeping at in his car and on the streets, different places. And we take this very personal. His story is definitely much deeper than this and very complex. He shared a lot of surface value information. I mean, we have over 200 pages of document. If anybody is interested to see it, we have a whole folder of other types of evidence as to why we get into it. And we believe that he's been unfairly treated. Our participation and presence in the court makes a big difference. So we invite everybody to show up and to support him. He's never been to jail, as I said, until a month and a half ago when he went to court and he missed it. They asked him to report to the police. They put him behind bars. We've been helping to do what we can. We don't have all the money. Of course, with the Sutura housing project, we can do so much to support folks. It's very important that we work together as a community to support one another. I mean, we appreciate our folks that are with us online, and to those of you that came in person, especially from the beginning, or if you joined us at some point later on, thank you. We truly appreciate all of you guys coming. Anybody else have something to say? Ms. Elizabeth, thank you once again. This is great. We appreciate it. Anybody has something to say? If not, maybe we could just have some interaction for the rest of the time. Thank you all once again for coming.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, well, oh, no, I was just for myself. So I have highlight for her and someone else made it, and I was back. I'm like, okay. I don't know if
Ingénieur bu mag. Ingénieur bu mag.
Non, dama try.
Papa bi, alal mel mouchoir waay. Di fi nga ko jàngee wala fi nga ko jàng naa ñëw nga formé ma ko teg ma si ba.
I don't know anything about
Ma check audio bi pam. Checkal audio. Danga sonn. Yeah. Checkal audio music bi rek maa ngi play music song bi.
You say you don't understand what you say.
Thank you for asking. It's really nice of you. is Sabrina.
Why are you like here? Let's have a small party here.
Okay, sounds good.
Are you doing services?
I am, yes.
My name is Joe Down. And I was actually
What's your name again? Joe Down. Joe Down, okay. I will check it.
you really want to do but you guys do great work over here. Literally, the most pointless thing. And I'm like, oh yeah, so I can learn. That's are you housed in at the East or whatever? Okay. Yeah.
I'm on a different team.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, probably.
Hello. Excuse me. Can we have group people, please? Thank you.
Yes, I appreciate that because I am always at it. You mind? And he said when I was anybody, yeah. I'm kind of, you know, I'm my taking money, so I said, look, I really respect
Right, until you don't get in the point.
Oh, you did? Wow. So how are you? Like I said, Bob kind of had you just showed up. Yeah. I always think go down there with and we are small, and I've often avoided covers because of that. But now that I know you, at least I'm good at
Yes. And I'll see you on Friday. If you can make it.
You didn't wait too long.
Well, you have a good day. Thank you, you too.
Come on this way. Can we have the taller one in the back?
Let's go, Amy. Wait for us. Wait. Come on, join us. Oh, please come join us.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Come and sit here.
Yeah. I'll just stand up.
Thank you.
Hey.
Zena, I'm not seeing you. I'm not seeing you.
Okay, let's stop.
The three, we all go Bantaba. Bantaba. Sutura. Sutura. Whatever core. Wawak. You got everyone come over to this. Thank you all.
Was it a video?
Yeah, I look forward to your email.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Let me give you one of the, I have